Born on a small island in the Pacific Ocean, Moana lost her life and went into the sea to save her people and become their leader. But it didn't go easy. Who is Moana? Let's go into the movie and see what's done. At first, the whole earth was one sea until the formation of Mother Island, says Tala. The goddess Tefiti's heart has the power to create life, so she wanted to create life on the islands. But most people know the power of her heart. They wanted to get that power by taking her heart away. The strongest and most adventurous of them, Maui, blows the whole sea and robs the heart. He is a demigod. He knows the tantras and can convert them to the shapes of animals and different birds. Te starts falling apart when the loss of the heart and all the islands lost their lives and darkness came to light. But when Maui takes heart, he is attacked by Teka, an even volcanic Maui who also wants it. In that fight, Maui's weapon, Maya Dilam, and the heart also fell somewhere in the sea. It's been 1,000 years since that happened. Even now, some evil spirits are still searching the sea for it. The story is about Moana's grandma, Tala. The day will come when darkness spreads day by day. But one day, someone will cross our reef and find Maui and bring the heart back to Te Fiti and save us. Tala completes the story. Moana's father, Toi, the chief of island Motunaway, came and took Moana from there, telling all the children not to go beyond the roof, saying, "There are no darkness and demons in the stories. It's like a paradise, and how can darkness come here?" Then the sea surrounds Moana, who is playing on the shore of the sea, and while she's playing in the sea, she sees a shiny stone that is none other than Te Fiti's heart. But Toi comes and says, "Don't play on the beach, it's very dangerous." And he took her away and learned her things to become the next chef of this island, after her father. Whenever Moana goes into the water, his father brings her back. But Tala was telling her to do what she liked. One day Toi takes Moana to a hill and tells her that it's very scary that every chef will set up a stone there and take responsibilities, and soon you'll also have that time. That's how Toi teaches Moana their culture and raises her away from the ocean. One day some people come and show that all the coconuts in their garden are rotten this time. Moana tells them to cut down the trees and grow the garden elsewhere. Then some fishermen come and say that they can't find fish at all. Moana says that they can get it if they cross the reef and go the other side. But when Toi hears it, he is very angry and says, "Don't go beyond it, that won't be safe." Her mother approached Moana, who was sitting dull, and said, "Your father loved to go out to the sea like you. One day, when he crossed the reef, the waves turned into mountains and sacrificed his best friend. Your father couldn't save him, but he thinks he can save you." Then one day Moana goes on a boat to find out what's beyond the reef, but she falls into the sea with a big wave. Eventually, somehow it reached the shore. Then Tala comes and takes her to a place where she has hidden their ancestors' belongings to tell her something. After she sees the boat there, Moana learns that they are voyagers. "But why don't we travel now?" she asks Tala. She says that after Maui stole Te Fiti's heart, darkness broke and the evil force of Teka woke up, and she had to stop voyaging to protect the people. But I told him that one day someone would go past the reef and reach Maui and get the heart back to Te Fiti. The sea chose you. I saw it that day, Tala says, giving her heart, the green stone, to Moana. She shows her where Maui hopefully is and tells her to go there immediately. Moana tells her parents that she will take out all their boats and reach Maui. Taui says it's just a stone and he'll burn the boats immediately. In meantime, they go to see Tala as they know that she's alive. Tala tells Moana to leave immediately and tells her to meet Maui. Moana leaves and takes the Kamaka boat from the cave. Tala, who died shortly thereafter, comes in soul form and helps her. Moana crosses the reef and reaches the island where Maui is. Moana meets Maui and asks him to restore heart, but Maui, who doesn't like it, praises himself and says that he is a hero, and says, "I don't want to thank you for the good I've done for people," and puts her in a cave and leaves. Moana emerges through a small hole above the cave and jumps in the sea to reach her boat, but falls into the sea. Then she reached the boat with the ocean's help. Moana keeps coming back no matter how many times she's pushed. Even Maui jumps in the end. The ocean will throw him back into the boat. That's why Maui is there. It's a curse that says Maui walks away from the Hearthstone and "I lost my magic hook when I touch it. All my powers are gone. If you stay away from it, you'll get better or have problems." Maui warns her. Moana shouts, "Is this? Who will take this heart?" In the meantime, a coconut pirates group called Kakamora attacks them. Haihei, Moana-stricken, accidentally swallows the heart, and Kakamora attacks Haihei away. Maui says, "Let's forget about the heart," but Moana goes and brings Haihei back. Coconut Pirate's ship crashed and is destroyed. Moana escapes from there with Maui and Haihei. Then Moana spoke to Maui and said, "No one sees you as a hero now. You think you're the reason why Heart was stolen and the islands destroyed. If you want to be a hero, now add this heart to Te Fiti." If Moana helps him to earn his hook back, he will do it. Moana says the same thing. So they have to go to the monster's kingdom of Lalitoe. There's a giant crab monster called Tamarua who has that hook. Maui takes this hook as Moana diverts Tomato. But Maui is unable to change his shape even after his hook arrives. The hook powers are reduced, and Tamarua captures Moana there and tortures her. In the meantime, Moana makes a dummy heart stone with green algae there, shows it as a bite for Tamarua, and Maui and Moana escape from there. Even after that, Maui says he doesn't want to go to Te Fiti. Moana also says that she's just going to survive on her island, even though she doesn't know why Ocean has selected her. Later, when asked about tattoos on his body, Maui says that they are all memories of everything that happens in his life, and says that he is not a demigod, but that the gods gave him powers after his parents gave up on him. He says that he took heart from Te Fiti to give people the power to create a life, and wanted to do good to people with those powers. Maui can now use this hook again to shapeshift. He also teaches sailing to Moana. So they eventually reach Te Fiti. Maui takes Heartstone and goes towards Te Fiti, but seeing his arrival, Tuka attacks Maui. Maui escapes and shifts shape and comes back to the boat. "Let's go back," Maui says to Moana, but she's looking for a way to get in. But Maui says that most of his hook has already been damaged, and that if he gets hit, he will be destroyed, and without the hook he will do nothing. Moana cries and says to Ocean, "I'm not a correct person," and asks it to choose someone else to watch. Ocean takes the heart stone from her and leaves. Then Tala's soul comes and talks to Moana. After talking to her, the inspired Moana jumps back into the water for Heart. She takes Heartstone and goes back to Te Fiti. Moana tricks Teka using water, but it throws Fireball towards her. That's when Maui changes his mind and comes back. Moana beats on the Teka's water and reaches Te Fiti. But Moana doesn't see Te Fiti there. It's understood that Te Fiti is Teka. Moana erases the green stone, which is also in the shape of Teka's heart. She asks Ocean to create a path near her. When she places this stone in her nearest Teka heart place, she becomes Te Fiti. Darkness is lost and the greenery comes back. Maui says sorry to her. Te Fiti returns Maui's hook. They also give a colorful boat to go back and settle down again like a mountain. Moana's memory of Maui's body is created like a tattoo. Moana returns to Motonui Island and meets her mother and father again. Now that it's time to take over the responsibilities, she says the conch shell that the ocean has given her on the mountain scared. Then they start voyaging again.